Hey gang, it's Dustin coming at you from the studio today, the same studio that I teach public classes in. So it's fun to, on this cold and rainy winter day, bring the studio to you at home and have prepared a beginner's vinyasa. So this will be perfect for anyone who wants to learn a little bit about yoga, learn what a vinyasa is, which is syncing our poses, our asanas together into a flow, as you may commonly hear when it is referred to yoga. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned practitioner, we'll have time to move together and to sync up our breath with movement. And if you consider yourself intermediate or advanced, maybe this practice just gives you time to hone in on your own inner experience and kind of let go some of the extra instruction that I give today. So you may like to have a block handy, one or two. I like to have a blanket as well, just to prop up the hips towards the end and some of my seated folds. Not required, but it may be nice. Today we'll start in child's pose. So go ahead and take the knees comfortably wide, sink the hips back towards the heels, and walk the hands out long. Relax the forehead down on the mat. Take a big deep breath in and a long, slow breath out. Couple more of those. Allowing yourself to land here on the mat. Give yourself permission to let go of whatever else has been on your mind. Lord knows it'll be there waiting for us. So really sometimes the absolute best thing we can do, even to move forward, is to be here now. Letting our focus be on the breath. And aiming to keep this focus with a little bit of concentration throughout our practice. On an inhale, reach the hands long, walk the hands over to the right side, maybe even off the mat. Left hand comes on top, relax back down. Reach the bum back towards the heels as you reach the hands long. Feel into a side body stretch on the left side. And then we'll walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. Right hand comes on top, side body stretch on the right side. Walk the hands back to middle, and we'll rise up to tabletop. Find shoulders over the wrists, hips stacked above the knees, working through some cows and some cats here. Take your fingers wide, about as wide as they go, pointer fingers facing forward. And on an inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart and the gaze forward, look forward. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, round through the back, tuck chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops, open up through the heart space, cow pose. Exhale, round through the back, cat pose. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round. And keep flowing through this with your breath. So syncing breath to movement. Last one, inhale, belly drops, cow pose. Exhale, tuck everything in and rounds, cat pose. Find a neutral, flat back. Send the hips back towards the heels again. Child's pose, big inhale. Exhale it here. And then inhale, rise up, Stack shoulders over the wrists and let the hips drop, open up through the chest. Shoulder blades roll back and down. Cobra pose. Exhale, send the hips back for child's pose. Inhale, shift forward. Let the hips drop, open up through the chest. Cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, shift forward. Stay with me. Cobra pose. Engage the core. Exhale, child's pose. Now keep this gentle flow going with your breath. Inhaling forward, strong hands. Shoulder blades roll back and down. Exhaling it back. Next time you rise up, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. From down dog, really firm into the fingers. So we want to grip the mat and have strong hands. And you can even bend the knees, sending the hips up and back and the belly towards the thighs. That helps us create a straight line from the wrists up through the back body. And that's really the primary focus of our down dog. From there, you can pedal through one leg and then the other. So straightening one leg and then the other. And then maybe your heels never reach the ground. Maybe your legs don't get straight. That's just fine. What we're working on is opening up through the chest and the shoulders as a primary function. And then we also have the ability to stretch into the backs of the legs. So one of the things that makes down dog so great is that it really targets the full body. A couple more breaths here. Maybe find stillness, maybe continue to walk your dog. Awesome work. And on an inhale, shift all the way forward, shoulders over the wrists, extended plank, drop knees, bend elbows back towards the rib cage, so don't flare out here, but elbows drop towards the ribs as we lower chin and chest towards the mat. And then press the hands lightly into the mat as we rise up for our cobra. Exhale, release it, send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. So that right there is what we call a vinyasa. That's a modified vinyasa. We also will try another one with chaturanga. Let's do that same thing again. So inhale, shift forward, find your plank, drop knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Press the hands lightly, shoulder blades roll back and down. Open up through the chest. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, release it. Send the hips up and back for down dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right. Option to stick with that. Or option to shift forward, shoulders over the wrist, and then this time send the shoulders out even farther over the wrist. This allows us to bend at the elbows, lowering halfway to chaturanga. Inhale, opening up to upward facing dog. So our knees are lifted. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, you have the option for either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, and either cobra or upward facing dog. So 2 more of those. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back for down dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open up through the heart space and the front body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome work. That's our vinyasa. Grip into the fingers here. Taking a little Time for rest and play in our down dog. Let's inhale the right leg up. Exhale, squeeze the knee to the chest as we step the right foot up between the hands. The left heel will pivot down to the mat, cartwheel the arms up, warrior two. In warrior two, we'll press into the knife edge of our back foot, having a strong big toe in the front right foot. So we're kind of sending the weight forward, bending into this knee. Open up fully through the chest, reach the hands long, palms facing down, and gaze right over the front middle finger. Inhale, flip the front palm, reach up and back, reverse warrior. On an exhale, right elbow or forearm finds the thigh, reach up with the left hand, extended side angle. So we're going for one straight line from the heel up through the hand. And now the hand will pull us back up through standing, straighten through the right leg, reach out with the right hand. Right hand can come down to the mat or a block, reach up with the left, triangle pose, Trikonasana. So here we're spiraling the heart open to the left, reaching up. Awesome work. Release that, soften into the right knee, and step it back to plank pose or down dog. If you'd like to take a vinyasa here, we'll exhale, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. This time, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, squeeze the knee to the chest, step left foot up between the hands. Heel pivots down to the mat. We'll cartwheel the arms up for warrior two on this side. So opening up, pressing into that back foot that sends our weight forward. And we counter that by pressing into the left big toe. We want to see that left big toe inside the knee. That means our knee's not collapsing in and there's no shearing. We also don't want to see the whole foot because that means our knee's totally opening up too far, shearing on that side. So knee tracking the middle toes. Reach the hands long, gaze right over the front middle finger. From here, flip the left palm. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Maybe check in, make sure the knee didn't move. On an exhale, elbow to thigh, reach up and over with the right hand. So keep straightening and pressing into that right foot, extended side angle. Right arm pulls us back up through standing. Reach out with the left hand, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Maybe use your block here. Reach up, open up. And then on an exhale, right hand, left hand, find the mat, soften through the knees, step it back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or halfway to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog as we open up through the heart space. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Continuing to flow here. Let's take one breath to prepare in our down dog. And then inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, step right foot up between the hands. Left heel finds the mat. Pivot and rise up. So your warrior two. I'll turn to face you. Inhale, reach up and back with the right hand. Exhale, extended side angle, left hand up and over. Then the left hand pulls us back up to standing, straighten through the right leg. Reach out with the right hand, left hand up, triangle pose. Soften into the knees. Step it back to plank. Exhale, take your vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, left foot steps up between the hands. Right heel pivots to the mat. Rise up. Warrior two. Inhale, flip the left palm, reach up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Right hand pulls us back up through standing. Reach out with the left hand, triangle pose. And then both hands find the mat. Step it back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Awesome work. How do we feel? Should we flow through that once more and finish our practice? Inhale, the right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot steps up between the hands. The left heel finds the mat. Cartwheel the arms up. Warrior two. On an inhale, reach up and back. Reverse it. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, left hand pulls us back up to standing, straighten through the right leg. Triangle pose. And then soften into the knees. Hands find the mat. Step it back. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Warrior two. On an inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink into the pose. Inhale, left hand up and back. Reverse it. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, straighten through legs and arms. Exhale, triangle pose, right arm up. Step everything back. Last call for vinyasa here, lowering halfway to chaturanga. Inhaling to upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. This time soften into the knees, hop, step, or float to the front of the mat. We'll meet in a yoga squat. So taking the toes out at 11 and 1 or 10 and 2. Hands come to the heart. Open up through the front body. Open up through the hips. Maybe use the elbows to help out. It's okay to have a block beneath the bum too, especially if you find yourself falling back. Let yourself sink into the pose here. This one can be intense, and that's okay. A couple more breaths here. Breathe with me. Awesome work. Go ahead and release the bum to the mat. Send legs long. Hands come along your side. Press hands into the mat for staff pose. Make your hands pressing into the mat help you grow tall through the spine. And then from here, we can hinge forward at the hips, reaching for the feet, the shins, or just hands resting on the mat in our seated forward fold. So inhales help us straighten out through the spine and grow tall through the crown of the head. Exhales help us to hinge more at the hips. So while it's okay to round forward and relax once we're out in front, the stretch comes from hinging at the hips as opposed to just starting off rounding. If you're really far back, then go ahead, use your blankie or anything really, prop up the hips and hinge from there. Awesome work. Release that. Rise back up. From here, we'll let both soles of the feet find the mat. Hands come to the hamstrings, and we'll slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Find yourself on your back. Get your knees, a nice hug to the chest. Maybe some circles. Whatever feels good here. Massage the low back a little bit. Awesome work. So both soles of the feet will find the mat. And then reach for the heels. We want to be able to graze the backs of the heels with the fingertips, or at least almost graze. And then open up through the chest. Press the backs of the shoulders and the backs of the arms in the mat as we set up for bridge pose. Strong feet here. You may even put a block between the legs to keep our knees stacked over the ankles. And on an inhale, lift the hips up, bridge pose. Continue to press the feet into the mat. Continue to turn on the glutes and lift the hips up higher. Breathing here. Awesome work. Slowly lower. Give the knees a nice squeeze to the chest again. And this time we'll drop the knees over to the left side. Maybe shimmy the hips a bit to the right to keep a straight spine. Right arm reaches out perpendicular. Head and neck can follow. Or you can keep your gaze right up at middle. From here, go ahead and relax. Maybe soften down the eyes. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere, maybe in the side body or the stomach or the hips. See if you can do your best to consciously release. Awesome work. Inhale to roll onto the back, bringing knees back up to middle. Let's take a breath here in half Shavasana, letting the spine neutralize. And whenever you're ready, whenever the spine feels ready, dropping the knees over to the right side, opening up the left arm out long. Head and neck can follow out to the left. Relaxing the eyes down once again. Letting ourselves slow down. Adding some balance into our practice, into our life. Meaning that we flowed breath with movement. I hope you enjoyed the intro into Vinyasa. And even still, we find time to slow down, to sink and deepen into the poses near the end. Rolling onto the back body. From here, you're free to take Happy Baby or any final poses that you'd like to incorporate into your practice. For Happy Baby, opening up through the hips, reaching for the backs of the hamstrings here, or you can take hands inside the legs to bring, then hands outside of the shin. This is a great pose to prepare for our yoga squat. So if yoga squat's difficult for you, then maybe try out Happy Baby a little more. And you also, as a third option, have the ability to bring hands to the outsides of the feet. Take whichever one suits you best. Maybe straighten into one leg and then the other. If all of these are hard, you can try half Happy Baby, which is just finding one foot on the ground, opening up through the hip with one leg, and then trying it on the other side. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then on an exhale, sending the legs long, toes splay open to the sides, arms rest comfortably alongside the body. Make yourself comfortable here for our final pose, Shavasana. Do your best to surrender, to let go, to be still, and to enjoy a few moments of intentional relaxation. I'll be here to bring you back What does Shavasana have to teach you today? Wherever you are, take a big full inhale and a long cleansing exhale. A couple more of those. As we begin to wake up the body, some gentle movements in the hands and the feet. Maybe stretching the arms up overhead for a good morning stretch, or hugging the knees to the chest again. From here, you can rock it up or roll onto one side, pausing there for a breath or two. Eventually, we'll all make our way up to a comfortable, easy seat. Taking a moment to pause, to seal our practice. Hands come to the heart. Just notice how you feel. Thank you so much for practicing with me, everyone. Until next time, I have a restorative, prop-free practice coming up, as well as a full 60-minute stronger vinyasa to finish out the year. So check on those videos in the weeks to come. Have a happy holidays, and I'll see you next time. Peace.